I know that baseball, Super Bowl can distract a lot of us, especially men.
So here's the thing is I get a lot of flack for this. I've made the argument that if you're not making $100,000 a year, if you don't own
Okay.
a home, or can afford one, and especially if you are married with kids and you still don't own a home or aren't working towards a goal, you have
Wow. Wow.
no right, no right to be
Oh,
watching any
man.
sports. It
Uh,
should be banned. It should be
wow.
illegal.
To watch,
Honest,
what about play sports as a kid? I mean, that's a little different, right?
very different. So all
Okay,
my kids
good.
play sports, and we go
Just for
on Saturdays
clarity.
to go watch sports. It's yeah. A lot of people misinterpret what I say. A lot of the times I say it facetiously. It's kind of like, guys, obviously I wouldn't want to make it illegal, right? I think that our time is better spent focusing on working harder. I live in California. Okay, I have a nice home. I could sell it and I could easily move to Tennessee, to Texas, to one of these cheaper states where I pay less income, etc. But it's like I told you over lunch maybe a couple weeks ago. I'm just going to work harder. That's the reality. My mom came to California because she didn't like Mexico. There was no opportunity for her. She didn't see an opportunity for her children to own land, to have a dream of being more successful. So she came to California as a single mom. And she owns a home. I own a home. My siblings are on their way to owning a home. It's the American dream. And to me, things like sports, and it's funny because you told me like, oh, I'm into baseball. But I do argue this a lot with people is we need to set aside whether it's video games, especially as men. We need to
Video
decide
games
whether
too,
it's
yeah.
video games,
Mhm.
whether it's watching sports. And here's the thing is, there's a huge difference between like if me and you, let's just say for a second, work together, right? We're doing real estate, blah, blah, blah. We both just landed a great deal and we just closed on a deal. And you're like, hey man, you want to go to the bar to like, just get a drink and watch like the last couple innings of the Dodger game? I'd be like, sure, man, because we just got finished working, we accomplished something, and it's not like we're going, as fanatics. And I think that that's the problem, and I hate to say it, especially when I see it with the Latino community, is you have, and I've seen it where you have so many people spending thousands of dollars a year, thousands, without even thinking about it, on seats or season tickets or expensive beers or expensive hot dogs or food at these Dodger stadiums. The traffic getting there, the traffic getting back, the time spent, but you don't own a home and you don't make anywhere near $100,000. Why are you doing that? That makes no sense to me, man. Zero sense. And so
Fair
I
point.
I say this on my social media again facetiously. I'm like, it should be illegal that if you do not make 100,000, because here's the reality, man, is we and you and I talked about this, especially Latino Hispanic community, is we need to do better, bro. Our parents didn't flee their country and come on everything and basically abandon everything they knew, including the language, to come to this country for the American dream, for their children and grandchildren to never own a home or work toward it as hard as they can. That time and money should be better invested to
Right.
own a home, and look, I own a home and I make over 100 a year by the grace of God.
Good.
In this
Very good.
economy in California,
It's
dude,
tough,
it's
man.
it's tough. Yeah. And
And you're
guess
still
what? I still
young.
don't, by my own standards, I can
Yeah.
willfully go and watch a game because I achieved it. I've achieved. And here's the thing. Here's
Right.
the reality. I grew up on video games. I used to play video games
Me too, dude.
all the time, bro.
Till I was
Fortnite,
like 15,
Call
I
of
think.
Duty,
Uh-huh.
etc. Oh no, I'm talking about like 2 years, 3 years ago.
Oh shit.
I was, I mean,
Oh
I
wow.
wasn't like playing like every day. You know what I mean? But I
Okay.
would hop on. I would like, hey, I just got off of work. Let me hop on with my cousins, and we're all gonna play a couple of hours. And let me tell you,
Mm,
dude, before that day, before I quit video games, I never made over 100,000. I told myself,
there's an
I'm gonna
equation.
quit video games and I'm gonna reinvest that time and energy
Hmm.
into making a thing for myself. And actually, right on top of maybe this shelf right here,
Yeah.
my PS5 is up there
No.
collecting dust, bro.
Oh, good, dude. It's
Because
like
I'm
a
just
art piece now. The past.
yeah, it's just I look at it and I'm like, dude, I used to spend all this time. And look, again, I'm not saying never. You know what I'm saying? I'm not asking people to just be like, never watch a game,
Hmm.
never play. But what I am asking people is, dude, spend your energy and your money in a better way to get yourself in a reality you don't wish to escape, because there's so
Right.
many people that live paycheck to paycheck. They
Hmm.
live with this, and all they dream about is like, oh, one day I'll be able to like visit Italy. Oh, one day.
Yeah.
You know what, man? I've built a reality for
Same.
myself.
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
care to escape it. I love having business meetings. I love chasing the next deal, the next thing. I love life. I truly do, man. You know, I have a wife, I have 3 kids, I have a home. Everything my mom set out for us to
Hmm.
accomplish, I've accomplished, you know, and I'm hoping, and I'm sure she's very proud of that. You know, she's like, this is exactly what I wanted. I wanted you guys to thrive. And
Right.
therefore I want it for my kids and my grandkids. So for years now, we haven't had cable TV. We
Wow.
allow our children to watch to play sports, but we don't allow them to watch it. we
Wow,
don't we don't
dude.
we don't
That's
have a
great.
family we don't have a family team. We don't have the matching jerseys. We don't have that. Have they gone to sporting events? Yes. I have
Good,
pictures of
good.
me and my oldest at
That's a
Dodger
good
Stadium.
moment. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. Make a memory. Take your kid to whatever. But again, if you are so engaged in sports that you are kind of failing everywhere else, it's time to kind of
I
reevaluate, bro.
I will say I think that's where you and I get along, but it's also good for people that are listening, watching. It'll inspire them to put some standard to their life, and I'm sure there's more standards I can adopt for sure. I'm not obviously the top at all, but um, the standard you and I have in regards to sports, we have the same outlook for the most part because I think I had shared with you. I just started watching baseball again like 2.5 years ago. And this was my life, man. I watched it all the time, but for 10 years I gave it up and said I am never watching a game again until I make money. And
Yeah.
10 years, it took me 10 damn years though. That's a long time. But I was young. I was
You did it.
I was like a teenager. But anyways, man, this was a blessing to have you on. Thank you so much. The next time we have you on, there's going to be more good questions coming, and I
For
think you're
sure,
going to
brother.
enjoy it too. Where can people find you? And anything else you want to close with?
No, yeah, man. I will just say this: a lot of people get offended by what I say, and what I will say, especially because I kind of picked on my Hispanic and Latinos, is, dude, I just
Hmm.
want you to do better. It's not
Yeah.
that I'm like hounding you because you like a sports team or because you're a fan or because you take your family every week, whatever.
Right.
I want you to own a home and I want you to make over 100,000. And what I'm saying is, if my mom that didn't even graduate middle school from Mexico as a single mom gave us this opportunity, and I was able to do it, and I
Right.
have an associates, but I'm not using my associates for what I do for my work. I didn't get an associates in journalism. But if as an independent journalist, I'm making over 100 in California and I'm making it, I'm telling you,
That's
you absolutely can.
yeah.
You know, so that's my final message is I'm not trying to crap on anyone. It's just I want you guys to succeed, especially if you're immigrant to the US. Story is similar to mine. I know we can. We have been built and designed to do so much more than just consume media, sports, etc. But where people can find me, you can find me on all socials as Informed with Anthony, and that's everywhere except for Twitter or now X. You can just find me under my name, Anthony Cabassa _ but if you just type in like Informed with Anthony on YouTube or on Instagram, you guys can find my content, and you can DM me that you hate my take on sports there.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good way to get the people going, and it's not
Yeah, man.
too hostile, right? But thank you so much, man. This was great. It was a lot of fun. Pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. Pleasure's mine.